Hello everyone and welcome to Video Gaming Over 40. This is VGO Girl and today we're going to talk about Order and Chaos 2 Redemption for the iOS and Android, and we are going to talk about the pets in the game. Now there's a lot of pets you can get and there's a lot of information. So we're going to try to go from kind of the most basic to a lot more advanced. So to begin with, we're going to go ahead and open up the pet menu. Go into the menu and open up pets. And first we're going to talk about the water pet and the fire pet. Now these two are great pets. If you have the water pet summoned, he heals you and he reduces the magical damage. So this is a very common pet for both tanks and everyone else alike if you're taking a lot of damage. Now to get the water pet, you go to Coramore and it's a free pet. And I apologize, I thought my level 1 could take the quest, but she can't. So go ahead and go over to Peggy and grab the quest, and you'll turn in a couple tokens, and then what you'll do is you'll run to the pet area, and at the end you will be given a choice to pick either a fire pet or a water pet. Now if you're a mage, pick the fire pet. If you're not a mage, pick the water pet. And this will be your very first starting pet, and it's a great pet. So, you know, it increases your damage, it protects you, it heals you. The next pet I recommend is the Guild Wolf. You can get the Guild Wolf through going to your Guild menu, and going down to the 4th tab down is the Guild Shop. In there you can go ahead and click on the Guild Wolf to purchase the Guild Wolf. You can, if you don't have enough guild points, just donate to your guild regularly. The Evolve slates are also in there. You want to level it up to level 11, I believe it is, and that way you get the plus 10% damage bonus for you and all of the guildmates around you whenever you have him summoned. So definitely a good pet to look into. The last pet that I'm going to recommend getting is a little bit more time consuming to get, and that is Fluffy, and he's a dragon pet. And to get him, what you need to do is you need to run the 3SL dungeon quite a bit. He's not a very common pet, but he is a really good pet as far as stats go. Now there's 3 different Fluffy pets. There's a one for damage, increasing damage. There's one for armor and hit points, I believe it is, and then the other one is kind of like a, you know, a corrupted version of it. It's not very good. Since 3SL is not in the dungeon list, I'm going to go over it real quick. Go to Shifting Sands in Sunken Hollows and run to the dungeon portals. There's 2 dungeon portals. You do not want to go into the first dungeon portal. You want to go past that to the second dungeon portal for 3SL. Now when you get your group together, you need at least 3 people to run it. Go ahead and zone into the dungeon. Once inside the dungeon, clear the mobs up the hill. And then past the bosses, you're going to clear the crystals, and then you're going to turn around and go kill the first set of bosses. Once the boss is complete, one person has to talk to the NPCs. The other 2 people should go up and clear the rest of the crystals going up the hill. And the reason is it seems, and I'm not sure if this is confirmed, but it seems like it increases the drop rate of the Fluffy pet if you clear all the crystals first. So once you've finished clearing the crystals, go back up and we're going to do the second boss. To do the second boss, this is why you need 3 people. You need to collect these gears and bring them to the front and kill the mobs that come up. So in order to collect all the gears before the time runs out, you need to have 3 people. When Fluffy lands, go ahead and kill the crystals, loot the chest, and leave the group to go ahead and go back in and try again. Okay, now that you have a pet, we need to feed your pet. So go ahead and go into the pet menu, click on your pet, and go in, and there's a bunch of food on the side. Some food feeds the pet better than others, so we're going to go ahead and choose some food to feed the pet and drag it into the circles. Once it's in the circles, click the feed button and you can feed your pet. This is how you level him up. Once you get to the max, you can then evolve him. Now there are 2 ways to get good pet food. On the top right hand corner there's a little flag. Click that. This is your daily challenges. Go down to the challenge option, and if you complete 15 dungeons, the dream dungeons a week, then you can get pretty good pet food. That is one great resource for getting good pet food for your pets. The second is if there's a tournament running, the Companion Association tournament, go ahead and run dungeons and the solo pet dungeon for contract powder as much as you can, and this will give you really good pet food for leveling your pets. Now, a really common question a lot of people ask is, I want to get a mount. How do I do it? There are two ways that I can think of that are pretty easier anyway. And the first is to go to the private garden. And there's two quests in the private garden. One is to get the mount, the other is to feed the mount. So if you go and you get those quests, run out to Coromore and go to the pet area, and then you will be able to buy your carrots for contract powder. Now, I don't have enough contract powder, so I can't buy any, but I really don't recommend this mount at all. It is expensive as far as contract powder goes, and it's just not worth it. But keep the carrot feeding quest for a free port back to Coromore. The other mount you can get pretty easily is on the adventure map. Go to the shop there and the third tab down, and one of the options is the Halloween broom. And this is a mount, and you can get it by doing the daily quest, the blue ones on your map, in trim. So go ahead and do those, and you have the option of getting that mount. However, it is expensive to up, so don't plan on evolving it. Now, next, I'm going to go ahead and evolve one of my pets. So I'm going to go and buy a bronze companion badge, and I'm going to then go back into my pet menu and click on my pet that I need to evolve. And now I have all the magic growth dust and the bronze badge that I need in order to upgrade my pet. Upgrading usually takes 24 to a lot longer hours. So that is how you evolve your pets. So in order to get the contract powder and the magic growth dust to buy those badges and evolve your pets, you need to either run the solo dungeon or buy the magic growth dust in the auction house. Go into the companion dungeon and you can go ahead and kill the mobs and loot the chest for magic growth dust and also contract powder. Now, I don't recommend doing this dungeon a lot unless there's a tournament, because the card dungeon is more important, and you can see my card video for more information on getting your cards. So back to evolving pets, sometimes you need scrolls or flying scrolls or regular scrolls to up your pet. The easiest way to get them is during a festival. If you go to your festival merchant, they have an option for buying your flying scrolls and your strength scrolls needed for your pets. Just something fun to mention, each festival has different pets that you can get. So if you are looking to get more pets, the festivals are another way to do it. This one has snowman, a giant, and a reindeer for the holiday festival. So those are always fun. There's also illusion badges so that you can change the look of some of your pets. So those are just some more fun things you can do with your pets on the side. If that's not enough options for you for getting your pets, you can do a couple other things too. You can go in and catch pets. Now, in order to catch a pet, you need to go to the pet menu and you can purchase traps. The 100% trap is probably the best one because you know that you're not going to waste your runes for what you're going to get. So go into your inventory, open your bag, go down and choose a slot and go ahead and drag the pet trap down into the slot. In the pet menu, there's a counter that counts down to the spawn time of the pets. If you go to your map, you'll see a little like net symbol. That is the possible location of a pet. So you go ahead and go there and see if there is a pet that spawned. Now I'm going to look around and see if I can find a pet here. And I do. See, he's got a little net symbol over his head. So to catch him, you simply click on the pet, scroll up to where you have your trap, and then you click on the trap while you have the pet targeted, and they'll be in an area of effect, and as long as he's within that area, if you have the 100% trap, you will catch him. Now, I'd like to point out, if you catch level 16 pets or above, you'll also get that flying scroll and strengthening scroll. So those are harder to find, more competitive, but definitely a good option. Now that you've got your dream pets, go back into that pet menu and don't forget to go down to the second tab and equip your pets. That way you get the stat bonuses for your pets even when you're not using them. So that is a great thing to do. Don't forget to open that bag icon at the top and drag your pets into your little icon set at the side so that you can use them when you're battling. Also in the pet menu is the ability to change the skin of the pet so that it looks different. Some pets have the ability to change what they look like. You have to collect tokens in order to change the look. So if you're interested in doing that, that is an option. Also, you have you can buy pets. This is expensive. I don't do it. Some people do. There's a companion chest area where you can spend a lot of runes to get a random pet. So, that might help, that might not. So that's kind of the quick overview of everything to do with pets. If you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. This is VGO Girl, and you're watching Video Gaming Over 40. Thank you and good night.